Hello everyone and welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to start looking into unrestricted access to sensitive business flows vulnerability in our API and how it can impact your application. Now, this vulnerability refers to the situation where an API endpoint does not appropriately restrict access to sensitive business flows, allowing excessive usage that can harm the business. So this type of vulnerability is not about authentication or authorization. Rather, it's about having an unrestricted access to your business logic in your code or something to do with your engineering method, which allows sensitive business flows to be abused. Now in this kind of vulnerability, attacker understands the business model backed by the API and try to find the sensitive business flows. And then once they find it, they try to automate access to these flows, causing harm to the business. Now, some of the examples are, for example, you have an e-commerce website where the users purchase a product and you have a purchasing a product flow where an attacker can buy all the stock of a high demand item at once and then resell it for a higher price, also known as scalping. Attackers can create comment post flow where attackers can spam the system by creating a large number of comments or posts, somehow impacting your application or users. Another example is making a reservation. Attacker can reserve all available time slots, preventing other users from using the system. Now, this risk of excessive access may vary between industries and businesses. For example, the creation of post by a script might be considered a risk of spam by one social network but encouraged by another. To prevent unrestricted access to sensitive business flows, a two-layer approach is recommended. When you build your application, you need to think from business layer perspective, where you identify the business flows that could harm the business if excessively used. You also need to think from the engineering layer, where implementing the appropriate protection mechanisms to mitigate the business risk is important. This may include methods such as device fingerprinting, human detection. For example, CAPTCHAs are used to detect if a real human is using your application or a feature and not the automated bot, right? Analyzing user flow for non-human patterns and blocking IP addresses of Tor network exit nodes, for example, and also blocking well-known proxies. So it becomes really crucial to have a holistic view of the API and its business requirements for this type of vulnerability to implement effective mitigation strategies. Now, from our sample application, we're going to look at the part where we are generating referral links for a user once they sign up. So on the user profile page, we can see that once they log in, they are provided with a referral link, where referral link is nothing but their user ID. In our application, we will see how this can be misused by an attacker. So in the next lecture, we will go to our code and see this example in action. That's all for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.